We're starting off high.
We can get a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot. Ah!
You had accountability. Now, what I can...
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where, give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would...
Trust a human to raise back wolves?
Before I would trust a pack of humans to raise wolves.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Do Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
What's happening? That was very enthusiastic of you today.
Not sleepy time Jennings today.
I don't know.
You might be?
Pretty close on the draw. I do need to set my alarm for something earlier than 9, but I kind of just like to get up and get at it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, I get that. I usually, if I'm going to take a nap, it's usually like 7 to 7:30 or 7:30 to 8. But
see, I'm right up into the limit. You hear what I'm saying?
I hear you. Sometimes I get the blood flowing, but other times it doesn't.
Sometimes the alarm don't go off till 9:10, and I got 5 minutes to scramble and shake. But you know, we here.
We here. So, what's going on, man? How's your week been?
It's been all right. Like I say, you know, they all bleed together. I'm sure it's the same for everybody. But...
Well, and you send in fucking like 32 reels at 3 a.m. So, you know, if you weren't up at 3, you might not be so sleepy for the podcast at 9 p.m.
That's when the demons wake you up.
I guess. The sleep paralysis back again.
Listen, that's what because then I don't know who be sending you them reels. Who the fuck's operating my phone while I'm...
Oh, man.
What you looking at? What's going on? We good?
Yeah, we're good. Unfortunately, this computer is about at end of life because, you know, we've had this. This is the one I think the podcast has been on almost the entire time.
Really?
So it's just getting a little slow and clunky, and it didn't have enough to upgrade to Windows 11. Like, we were able to upgrade it from XP to 10, but not to 11, and so it's just starting to run slow now. So I've been keeping an eye out for deals, but haven't found one I liked yet. So I can give you know me, because, you know, it's a new season. I got to do a little bit of a refresh of the layout for YouTube. But,
shit, nah, for real, it's about that time. It's been, 5 years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've refreshed it a couple of times along the way. This most recent one, though, I think we've had for 2 years. So, and honestly, the stuff that I like about it is the shit that it won't do right now because the computer is slowing down. So, like, used to have, like, the animated beer glass in the background or the video of the beer glass bubbling in the background. Just a nice little edge touch to it, you know? But now it doesn't work because it slows everything down and your voice gets choppy. So here we are.
Technology.
Yeah, man.
They said it'd be different.
They lied.
When don't they?
Oh, so true. All right. Well, you got any inadvertence to get us going?
I do have an inadvertent. Actually, it's not really like no hard hitter or nothing, but I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and I just thought to myself, like, why the fuck was everybody making a big deal out of this app? Like, TikTok is the equivalent of QVC to cable network TV.
There is
like,
a lot
all
of
they
like
do
selling.
is try to sell you something.
There is a lot of that, but you can get past that. Like, I agree. There is a lot of that, but I think the creator content that sits behind it is usually pretty solid.
No, I mean, they do have, decent shit on there when you can get past
Right. Well, and I think
all
too,
of the ads.
I think the big thing with TikTok is the algorithm. That's what everybody's scared of because, I mean, to be frank, compared to like Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels or even YouTube, their algorithm like gives me the content that I want. And I cannot say the same for Facebook and Instagram. Or even YouTube. YouTube's a little bit better, but I also think that's because YouTube has 15 years worth of data from me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't. It's like, and then it's crazy, right? Because they start them off so intricate, like they about to start talking about something, and then it just goes into, well, check the TikTok shop or the link down below.
Yeah,
they were sold out last time I looked at it, so you might want to hurry the fuck up.
And it's all like sleazy marketing tactics too, right? It's trying to get you the urgency. Oh, it's at a deep discount. Meanwhile, it's like, this is actually more expensive than I found it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I get that.
Yeah, they QVC.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But again, I will go back to, I think the algorithm in TikTok is more community centric than any other sharing app.
That's why all the content creators was upset about losing money, because these motherfuckers is the new timeshare salesmen.
Oh, they are.
Like, fuck the content. We was on there putting up videos for vitamins with ads and shit.
But that's actually the trick, is that like if that's all you do, you usually aren't going to be successful. But if you've got good content and then you like splice that stuff in, then you're selling to a community that you've created and fostered, and I respect that. Like, as long as you're not completely bullshitting on the sales, and don't get me wrong, a lot of them do.
I ain't finna be hustling my community. You think I built this community up for y'all to come in and let me lose them to hustling y'all fucking snake oil?
If you would like to make money, like that's how TikTok creators make money. They don't get ad revenue like Google or even Instagram. I don't even know how people make money on Instagram. It's probably the same shit in terms of multi-level marketing and point people to a storefront, like Amazon influencer type shit. Like, at least TikTok, you're keeping them on app and not sending them out. I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you right now,
on that.
If this shit ever throws back some sort of monetary value, you're going to have to come with some real shit, right? I'm going to have to be like, I'm not only the president, I am a user. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something for real, because I'm not about to just be peddling your bullshit. And then we don't even know it. Half the shit, it doesn't even work. It's just like you trying to Temu us on the social media app.
Having bought a fair amount of things off of the TikTok shop, I agree there's definitely stuff that doesn't work, but there's just as much stuff that does. And most of that stuff is a little more niche or whatever. Like, I tell you what, those Halara butt lifting leggings look great on women.
Oh, you know what? I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen those.
They are fantastic. Even a girl without material, even a girl without an ass look like she got an ass.
That's material, right? That comes from third world country women trying to create something with quality to help them get off the island. Right. You feel what I'm saying? She was like, let me throw these leggings on for myself. And she had a good day, with suitors, and was like, let me start stitching some more of these. And then some rich white man came in and was like, let me buy that off of you. We'll call it Lululemon. And you know what I'm saying? That's how the world works. And she's still on the island slaving in that.
Oh, that's unfortunately probably true.
Oh man, that shit is crazy. We're
So
starting off hot.
I also had an inadvertent thought, and it
Okay.
actually hit me like as I was coming up the stairs to the podcast. Um, do you remember the computer game Wolfenstein? I know they've made a bunch since then, but
Yeah,
do
I
you remember
don't
the OG
remember the.
one?
Yeah, I don't. I remember like the name and the cover of the game. I don't. I don't think I ever played it.
So Wolfenstein, you basically played this dude who went around killing Nazis in
Right.
Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I knew
And
that
and
part.
and my inadvertent thought is there's a boss at the end of the game who's like a big I think he's a robot, honestly, but he's a big Nazi robot with 2 machine gun or Gatling gun arms. And when he comes up on your screen for the first time, he goes, Guten Tag! And he just starts blasting you with miniguns. And that's Elon Musk, dude. The robot
Why you
Nazi,
say that?
the robot Nazi is Elon Musk. He is the final boss right now. Based on the shit that he is trying to pull in Washington. Thinking that he could just go in, look at all our data, close down whatever the fuck agency he feels like. Like, no, not somebody who was elected, by the way, not somebody who's been vetted, no. But he's got a bunch of fucking 22-year-old kids, like, looking at the Treasury payment system, access to all Social Security numbers, access to fucking everything right now, and no one is stopping him. And by the way, everything that he's doing right now is illegal. But because the executive branch determines what to prosecute, it's not happening. So that was my
What
inadvertent
else
thought
he
on
doing?
the.
I mean, I don't want I don't want to sound ignorant on the topic or anything, but
I mean, he's going in and basically sending people home. Like he's firing, like he not straight up firing people, but basically putting people on leave.
let's be honest, it's probably a lot of people that should be sent home.
And you and I have talked about this, and we talked about it during the executive order thing. And honestly, when it comes to the big one right now is the U.S. I think it's USAID, which is basically foreign aid. And to be frank, I'm not super upset about that one. But when you start talking about the Office of Personnel Management and him making cuts there, or him having his hands in the Treasury, that's where I start to have a problem.
Yeah, you're speaking French to me, bro. I don't even know what
As
all
soon as
that
he's
means, to
fucking
be
with
honest.
my money, that's a problem.
Oh, okay.
Or he has
Okay.
access to fuck with my money or fuck with people's jobs directly. Like he has basically cut people out of access into their for lack of a better term, their workday system. So like people can't even pull employment records right now or check their pay stubs and shit. Like that's a problem. And I get that like he was and Trump was tasked with, eliminating waste and blah blah blah. Do it the right way. Not just go in and fucking like act like you own the joint. Like I'm sorry, but he is a fucking problem right now. And honestly, I think he's running the government more than Trump is right now, and he's an unelected fucking billionaire.
Right.
Like,
That
Biden.
might be a good thing.
You want a fucking billionaire making decisions on that kind of shit?
I mean, that might be a good thing. Sometimes you have to have the bad shit to get people to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to end up being a war of the haves and the have-nots. So if that's what it takes to get people to wake the fuck up to do something about it, let a billionaire come stir some shit up, get y'all uncomfortable.
And I can support what you're saying in that regard. Like at least this is happening blatantly and isn't just happening behind the scenes, which is
Right. That's
what
probably
has
best
been
case
happening.
scenario, because if it was a billionaire legacy that came up in politics, we'd never know what's going on. We wouldn't know who to point the finger at.
Yeah.
But because he hasn't been in that situation before, he's going in all, half cocked. We see exactly what's going on. That's probably
Right.
the best thing for the country, because trust and believe, however much confidence you had in either candidate, neither one of them planned on doing anything to assist you
No
in
doubt.
making your life easier.
And we talked about that ad nauseum on this show. Like the fact that Kamala was selected by a bunch of billionaire investors behind the scenes, not through a democratic process. And we know Trump is a con man who will say whatever he wants to say to the audience that's in front of him. So I hear you, and I think it's going to be the fact that the first month has been what it's been under him. The 4 years is a long fucking time, and I think he has come in and raised more of a stir this time around than he did the first time, because I think he knew what he was getting into this time. He didn't understand it last time.
I honestly just think we're at the climax. I just think we're at the climax, bro. Like 4 years would have been rough under Biden.
No, I agree with that.
It doesn't matter who would have been in office at this point in
and I agree.
The world, life, universe. We are at the climax.
Yeah, and we needed to your point, we needed a wake up call. And to realize that no one has the people's back anymore. And so, when you get to that point, that's definition of when it's time for a revolution.
I mean, one would think.
And I think we've got Gen Z and Gen Alpha that are stepping up to the plate, and there's been protests basically all week and that kind of stuff. And
you know what? That's what. And this is gonna piss a lot of motherfuckers off, but I'm gonna say it. That's how you know that the Klan and these white militia groups are government funded, because what are you militarizing against?
Right.
What are you fighting against? Or do you just call yourself that?
I mean, a lot of it is cosplay.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're a militia, like, it's crazy how this country thinks that they are so tough, but we haven't had a stand up for yourself moment since 1776.
1812, but yeah.
What, the Tea Party?
Well, no, you're talking the original, but there was reopen of that war at one point.
Listen, we still 200 years off the mark.
I hear you. And we have allowed them to get comfortable, and allowed them to feel.
At this point, we're cosplaying just as much as they are.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Because you can't be no big badass American and be somebody's doormat at the same time.
Yeah. All these people with their "Don't Tread on Me" flags, and
what are we doing? Allowing
yeah.
people to tread.
And I'm including myself in that, like, and we're allowing it to happen. Yeah.
I am too. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you can't think of yourself in such a high regard when it comes to that and take what you take on a daily basis.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So, again, this may be the best thing that happens to the country, because there's always a breaking point. We've seen enough. Even J-Lo's Tinkerbell ass was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to let me wrap my hands and rearrange this apartment. I'm about to fuck this nigga up. So it takes something drastic for that to take place. And this seems like the kick of it. And if it's not going to be, then motherfuckers is just going to die clutching their guns for no reason.
I agree with that. Like, if ever there was a time. Well, and I mean, and if you believe, and if you still believe that, Trump's your guy, all right, just let it keep going. See what happens. And maybe, the point of tearing things down is a good one. Like, I actually said that heading into this, that if he wins and he manages to do a lot of what he says in terms of stripping things out, what it does is set us up for someone else to rebuild. And I will tell you, not only because she's been popping up in my TikTok a lot, AOC runs, I'm voting for her. Period, point blank.
Again, French, like, I don't know who would be a good candidate. But what I do know is politics. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know where I gotta say that. Politics needs to be more dangerous. There needs to be more at stake. That way you filter out the people that don't need to be there. If politics was as dangerous of a job as it should be, then the people that truly want to do it truly want to make things better.
So I'm gonna challenge the dangerous. I think you have to take the money out of it. You can't accept gifts. You can't straight trade stock, and you can't take endorsements. Like, if you take the money out of it, and it's people like AOC whose net worth is basically equal to her fucking congressional salary at $134,000 a year or whatever it is, that to me tells me what I need to know about her. That she's not in someone's fucking pocket.
I mean, that tells you that at surface value, but you're a politician, G. There's so many different ways to the game.
I mean, that's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't have it filled out to a company that's not in your name, and all of your shit that you are getting and being funded there in the guides of a charity organization. Any shit like that happens all the time. I don't trust none of these niggas.
No, I hear you in not trusting. What I am saying is, based on publicly available information, and to your point, yes, that shit can be hidden. But
yeah, because my worth is only consistent of what I have, what I'm worth. You know what I'm saying? So if nothing is coming to my account, I'm worth the direct deposit you see come in monthly. That's my worth. You feel what I'm saying? But if I have other accounts not in my name, business accounts, shit of that, you wouldn't tie that to my worth unless that business is tied to my name.
Right.
And a politician, if nothing else, knows ways around the rules. I don't trust none of them. And that's not going to be a reason that I'm like, sure, I'll vote for you because at least it looks like you struggling with me. I can see you're not.
I think the difference is that using the same sources, you can see where she stacks up against everyone else.
Yeah, no, that's different.
That's my whole point.
Or that could be that they come from old money. New money comes with new ways of making it, new ways of funneling it. So if I'm operating off of a new algorithm, then of course it's never going to look like I have the same money as you.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you. I don't agree with you in this instance, but I understand what you're saying.
There's too many curtains, too many veils. Like, it's not like these are reality TV stars where we get to see a day into their life on a daily basis. Like, watch the Kardashians enough, they'll show themselves to you.
No shit.
And they put enough footage out for you to get a good idea of them. These people don't do that. Yet, they're for the people. You understand what I'm saying?
No, completely agree with that.
It should be in reverse.
And I actually
where the Kardashians should shut the fuck up and we should see more politicians on the day-to-day life.
Well, and I think that's another thing that draws me to her. And has drawn me to other people really on both sides. Like the ones that will go on and do a Q&A on TikTok, that will post videos of themselves like talking through issues and those kind of things and just being real. Like, yes, that can all be acting and could all be fake, but to your point, the more you see
do
of
want
it,
to see more of it. Yeah, I agree.
And again, that's somebody who is clearly listening to her constituents, her people, the people that she represents. Now, is she able to get a lot done? Not really, but at least she's out there fighting the fight. And do I think some of it is grandstanding? Yeah, I think right now the Democratic Party is trying to grandstand big time against every action that Trump takes. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, so introduce the fucking law. And at least make them shoot it down.
That's why I'm really so bummed out about this whole election and all that, is that it's about to be so fucking annoying for the next 4 years.
Dude, the political texts have not stopped.
And you know how I feel. Like, I don't subscribe to politics in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and these aren't ones that I've subscribed to. Like, everything that I know I subscribed to probably 8 years ago, I have blocked and new ones come in. So I don't know what else to do on that front.
Like, this shit drives me crazy for real. Like, I hate hearing about Trump. I hate hearing about the people that he's beefing with. Like, for real though, like, what y'all gonna fight or what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all from the last show. Y'all gonna fight about it or what? Otherwise, I don't. Why are y'all putting why is names in each other's mouths for no reason?
So, speaking of beefing with people,
I like that transition.
How about the fact that Not Like Us won a fucking Grammy?
Well, you kind of knew it would.
But when in the history of the Grammys has a diss track won?
I don't know that there's
never. The answer is never, sir.
I don't know that there's ever been a diss track that's caught on like this.
Drake will have to forever know that he is the subject of a Grammy-winning song that calls him a pedophile in no uncertain terms.
See, that's
my whole thing. Can you strike a chord? Because it's probably a minor.
That's my whole thing. Kendrick's not slick.
He doesn't want to be slick. He's not being slick. He's going right at it.
Slick because what you did was you hopped on a wave that was already taken off. With the way the trafficking and all that's been going, people are very sensitive about those subjects.
Yeah.
So you hopped on that wave in a specific diss song. Because other than that, it wasn't like that this song was like crazy outrageous. Like, it wasn't like no Nas, Jay-Z type diss songs. These were more like dance songs than they were diss songs.
I agree with that.
So you mixed in the wave of people's emotions towards the topic, as well as a hype beat and a few dance moves.
Didn't Kendrick
and the world caught fire?
Didn't Kendrick also though drop a was it a song or a series of songs where he basically used the title tracks from Drake's last album as like lyrics in the song to rip it? Like, Kendrick's cerebral, dude.
Yeah, he
and
is.
I've never,
It
is with this whole wave that I finally listened to Kendrick, because I kind of fell off music in general for a while, and I was more into like soundtracks and that kind of shit. But
Star Wars.
It brought me back. And it was the generation of tonight's topic. Beefs. The biggest beefs throughout the years.
Ain't nothing bigger than Biggie Tupac.
No.
But
honestly, you will never top Hit 'Em Up is the greatest diss song ever.
I will say, to play devil's advocate.
Oh no. I hate it when you do this.
Biggie and Tupac's beef might not have been as big as we portray it to be when you think about the manipulation that came from both sides in P. Diddy and Suge Knight. That it was really a P. Diddy Suge Knight beef, and you used your RC cars in Biggie and Tupac to really race. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think the only reason that argument is, I'm not going to say invalid, but is struck down a little bit, is that they both died.
Right, but they
not
died
not a lot of other beefs have ended in both of them dying.
Right. But they died behind the beef of two niggas that's still here.
I hear you, and I don't disagree with that. But
that's what I'm saying. The Biggie and Tupac beef is really the Suge Knight P. Diddy beef, but we put it on Biggie and Tupac because they were the front men of the situation.
Yeah. No doubt.
Knowing if we had, what world would this have been if we had Biggie and Tupac and Diddy and Suge was gone?
I mean, you and I think have talked about that in the past. Like, would Tupac have eventually, like, you can make the argument that he already sold out, but would he be the voice of a generation right now? Would he be would he be still making music with meaning? Like, would he be the voice in like this struggle right now basically trying to take down the oligarchy. Or
Yeah,
would
I'm
he
sure
have
he
already,
would.
or would he have already sold out and had so much money that he would be part of them? Kind of the way
Nah, I'm
Snoop
sure he would.
is.
I mean, that's why I was about to ask, like, what makes you think he sold out? Like the movie, like hopping into the
No,
movie
I'm not
pros?
saying
Like,
I'm not saying he did, but I'm looking at other people in his situation that like basically went dark or went so mainstream that like you can't respect him anymore. Almost like much as I hate to say it because I love
you
his
know what? That's a
music,
good
like
question. That's a good question,
Snoop.
right?
That's Snoop. Snoop could be the voice of a generation right now, but he's too busy out here dancing with Martha Stewart and fucking
But Snoop
Instacart
never
commercials.
wanted to be.
I hear you. I hear you.
Snoop was just in it to rap. Tupac is the son of a Phoenix Shakur.
True.
That's revolutionary in itself.
That's
so
a revolutionary DNA.
right. So you don't come from that stock and forget everything that you came from. That's why Tupac was so prolific, right? Because he was using his platform to talk against the people that he was working with.
Yeah.
But he was so amazing that the people kind of had to be like, just let him do what he does. He's making us money.
Right. Right.
Eventually that breaks through. Eventually those people that were just fans of you then become loyalists. And now it's more than just music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that he's a voice of a generation. I think it's in his bloodline. I think that's why they got him out of there.
Right. No, I agree with that. And honestly, had he not been gunned down in the fashion that he was, he is probably somebody that is taken out by our own government at some point.
Right. If he hadn't been
wasn't.
already. Right, that's what I'm saying.
If he wasn't to begin with.
If he hadn't been already.
No, I agree with that.
you can put your little Keefy D's out and all that, saying that but at the end of the day, I don't trust those niggas like I don't trust politicians.
Yep.
You're not gonna tell me the whole story.
And it's hard.
Three sides to every one: yours, theirs, and the truth.
And it's hard to beat songs like Changes, like Keep Your Head Up, like
right. That
hit them up.
Comes from somewhere. That comes from somewhere.
It does.
And it doesn't seem like anybody else has tapped into that since then.
No, and well, I don't know. I feel like artists like Nas and Common do.
Nah.
But they're not as big as he was. They don't cross over the way he did.
And then they're not revolutionaries either. They're educators.
That's fair.
Nas was trying to teach you shit.
Yep.
Common was trying to open your eyes. Tupac was like, nah, nigga, I'm telling you what it is. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's why they never caught on, because nobody wants to be educated when they got to go through 8 hours of school and then 4 more years of college. And like, don't educate me. Entertain me.
Yeah. Well,
that's how Schoolhouse Rock caught on, because you're entertaining me and you're educating me, right?
It's both.
Don't just.
Well, too,
I got
and like
tutors.
the amount of things that came out posthumously for him, the things that like
what the fuck was that?
Posthumously.
I don't remember that album.
No, after he died.
I don't even know what that word means.
That's what it means, after he died.
Oh, okay.
Then on top of that, knowing like the rose that grew from the concrete, and like dude was.
Damn, that was kind of like that was an album.
Yeah.
Posthumously was Biggie's album. Isn't that deep? That's deep.
I mean, that was Tupac, what? Thug's Mansion, and what else came out after he died? There was at least one other one, if not 2.
I don't know. You know niggas try to play around with shit. Eminem made a Tupac album.
Right.
As much as I love Eminem, legend, why are you the guy to put out a Tupac album? Nah, real shit though. Just because what, you cool with Dre and you have the.
That's it right there though. He's cool
he
with
was
Dre.
probably most passionate about the project.
He's cool with Dre and Snoop. And who else? Who else would be allowed to?
Dre and Snoop.
I agree, but they were doing it behind the scenes. Come on. Eminem was just the name that could sell.
That one shit is hot though. That those wish to follow me.
Yeah.
That shit was hot though. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, even like I
Maybe
said,
he didn't do a bad job. I'm just saying,
why the white boy do the
right,
Black Revolutionary music?
Eminem. First of all, you're from Detroit, right?
Right.
You got with the West Side group, but you wasn't a part of it.
True.
So you don't know the culture. And then you do the Tupac album, Mr. West Side, even though we know Tupac was from New York, but you know,
right. Tupac was an East Coaster, dude.
He started that way.
He did. First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. All right. All right, we were talking Eminem. Any of Eminem's beefs rise to the...
man.
You don't think so?
And the only reason why I say that is because, again, Eminem is a legend, but he's gimmicky.
He is gimmicky.
You know, he's Weird Al Yankovic-ish, so none of your beefs really seem too serious. You always made jokingly about him, so it didn't feel like a real beef. It just felt like he was ripping on somebody.
Well, and he was basically tagged into other people's beefs.
And it was mostly women when you think about it.
Well,
Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Mariah.
I am thinking more like the Ja Rule and Benzino saga, which I loved all of those diss tracks that was part of that beef, but Ja Rule and Benzino didn't have
by 50.
Right. Well. And that brings
I don't really consider that his beef, but
no, I can agree with that. I think taking that a step further though, 50 and Ja, the stuff that I've heard about that, like just from
because that was bigger than music,
right? Well, and on top of that, like how petty fucking 50 was,
right?
Like buying out his concert and then nobody was there when he came out to perform.
If I was Ja Rule, I wouldn't give a fuck. You hear what I'm saying?
I hear
That's
you.
A dub for me. I'm sitting on the edge of the stage, kicking my feet, just talking into the microphone.
Counting up shit.
You know what I'm saying?
What would I be without you?
Fuck, bring the bottles out early. We ain't got no show. We kicking it here. On this stage with the microphone.
I think that's another one that kind of rises up there just from to your point, like going beyond music.
Yeah, as far as best beef tracks, I would say Nas and Jay-Z.
Yeah, Ether.
Yeah. I would say Nas and Jay-Z. I liked Cam and Jay-Z, although Cam's felt like Eminem's. Like
it was a little gimmicky.
You're joking. Like it sounds like it's more playful than it is beef.
Agreed. Although I will tell you, and to your point, joking and more jokey, the track where he basically just puts Jay-Z lyrics back to back with Biggie lyrics the whole fucking time. Damn, this dude ain't written a damn thing himself.
That shit was like 7 minutes long too. I remember listening to. I remember where I was when I was in barber school when that came out. And me and my dude it was a bunch of us barbers went to one of my dude's house after barber school, and we drink, shoot dice, kick it and shit. And that had just came out. Watched the Smack DVDs and shit, and that had just came out, and it was like 7 minutes long, and we was just sitting there, jaw dropped the whole time. We don't know.
Right.
That's before the internet. We don't know. He took all this.
It was harder to piece it all together.
It's no different than what they do with Drake now.
Right.
It's the same thing with Drake.
Cam put that strategy together.
He definitely did.
I do have to agree with you on the Nas Jay-Z. That one's up there.
Yeah, best
and
music,
Ether,
like best beef songs.
Yeah.
Nas and Jay-Z. Tupac and Mobb Deep was a good one. Any beef that Tupac's in, he's cutthroat, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Like, I think Kendrick was trying to tap into that Tupac. You didn't do it though.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. Like, yeah, you said some shit that people allude to. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like, I don't mean to go so hard, but it seemed more like a TMZ
expose
release. Yeah, than it did like where's the beef at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for anybody to die. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's like we're in a different generation now.
Well, this generation, generally speaking, didn't grow up as hard. Period. The streets aren't what they were. Now, you'll make the argument, I'm sure, like there's more gun violence and gun death now, but there really isn't. Violent crime has been steadily decreasing for the last 25 years. Despite whatever the fuck, the Republicans try to say, crime overall has continued to decrease.
Well, I understand. I mean, I understand why you say that. Like, from being there, I understand why you say that as opposed to now. The only thing now is there's no structure. Like we talked about that. You removed all the OGs, all the people who, actually kept shit in line from the streets, and you turned it into the Wild Wild West again.
And it's kids shooting kids.
Right. That doesn't necessarily, to your point, that doesn't necessarily make it more dangerous. It makes it more chaotic.
Yep. Ain't nobody coming up anymore. People used to actually be able to make money and get out.
Right.
Now they stuck.
Listen, if somebody sees you in the right neighborhood more than 2 times, motherfuckers know what you're doing, and if they don't know what you're doing, they got a pretty good idea, and that's all they need.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm right. I got an idea of what you're doing. I'm gonna see you about it.
No, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, we are in a different generation, which is why, like, what's crazy though? Okay, so beefs here. So you gotta put, like your NBA young boys and Lil Durks.
Yeah.
Because that is Tupac level beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is sliding, killing folks, killing each other.
Yeah.
Like, it might not be the artist dying,
but
everybody around them getting touched.
No, I hear you on that. Those are ones that like I said, I'm not as familiar, and you've tried to educate me on it, and I've gotten about half of it.
Yeah, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like those beefs. It's RICO charges.
But again, like I don't know that those bubble up to the pop culture zeitgeist the way Pac and Biggie did.
Oh no, they won't. They won't, and the reason is because now more than ever, all the little white boys and girls are gravitating to that music.
Yeah.
And if we put that in the news and in the zeitgeist, then that encourages them to do more shit like that.
Well, the way that honestly the gangster era did when we were coming up.
I don't think it was ever like this, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
Did they learn from, hate to say it, artists like Eminem, where they made him the focus point of so many lawsuits and so much, don't let your kids listen to this, and because they made it a big deal, he became one of the best-selling artists of all time. So they're trying to avoid that strategy.
I'm not even speaking on it from a standpoint of that. Like, I'm not even speaking on it like that. Like, I'm more so saying the white boys and girls were never the targets.
Right.
We never meant for you to fall into gang violence, drug culture. Well, drug culture is different from drug selling culture. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we never meant for you to be involved in that. And now, because all ears are on this music, when people hear it, you see shit happen in the suburbs that's like, that shouldn't even be going on out there. Why is that?
Right.
Because there's more kids now enthralled in the NBA young boy Lil Durk beef. I want to feel what it's like to live that way, and you get shit like that takes place. So that's why it's not out there.
Gotcha.
But now, the perfect example is, think about all the white drill rappers out right now.
You don't have to give me examples, bro.
So, and so drill rappers are basically rappers that only talk about beef.
Okay.
I'm only talking about my ops. I'm only talking about sliding on you, whatever the case may be. That's what it is. And I'm not talking about like your little mabus and shit like that, but it's a lot of young white boys out right now that's rapping about shit that they know, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the danger of it, right?
Yeah.
The danger isn't the little white boy in the suburbs that tries to imitate the culture. The danger is getting the authentic white boy that grew up around that, and now he's showing you how he really is.
Right.
And then all the suburb white boys is like, oh, it could be me too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
Now you got chaos on all fronts because they didn't plan for this to be your life.
Right.
You just made it that way. Now nowhere's safe. Now you go to the suburbs, you gotta worry about these little white boys playing gangster. You go to you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I think
and I'm not saying we're there yet.
I think that flies in the face of the keyboard warrior demographic and generation. Like,
it gets scarier when you got guns, though.
I hear you.
Because just as easy as it is to type that comment and hit enter, it's that easy to squeeze a trigger.
That's fair.
You don't gotta be tough. I just gotta be willing to pull it.
Right.
And sometimes fear alone is enough to make you pull it.
That's fair.
So yeah, it's a dangerous game we playing right now. And the crazy thing is that it's all orchestrated by the powers that be, but nobody wants to wake up and identify such. And then when you do,
well, and again,
you get villainized.
And they don't feel like they need to because, again, violent crime is down every year for the last 20 years.
Yeah, isn't it ironic that they use those statistics? Economy's up. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Violent crime is down.
Violent crime is down. Meanwhile, we have a fucking mass shooting every third day or whatever.
Economy,
but in total,
meanwhile,
it's down.
People can't afford to pay for their full grocery list.
Right.
Shit doesn't make sense.
No, I hear you on that. I don't disagree with that. And you can make statistics say what you want them to say.
Right. But don't tread on me. What?
Trying to think if there was any. Oh, another diss track that belongs in the discussion, even if the beef itself doesn't.
What?
G-Unit, 300 bars and running.
Okay. I've just never been a fan of him, to be
honest. I understand, but that track was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
like 14-minute song, bro.
Game was talented. Game was talented. I'm, like, even though I've never been a fan, it's not like I'm gonna just hate on the motherfucker. Like, he was talented, but it's hard. So let me just. You spray painted 50's house, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's childish.
It's childish as fuck. You supposed to be a big bad gangster, and that shit get back. I'm a spray paint like that shit 14-year-olds do, bro.
Yeah.
Like that shit, that kind of behavior just makes me feel like
wasn't worth it. Yeah. At that point, no respect.
Yeah, when I look at it's like, it's not like I want more. I'm not saying blow his house up or anything like that. But I'm saying, like, if you gonna do some childish shit like that, like,
and blow up a car. You don't have him in it, but just blow it up.
You know what I'm saying? Pull some P Diddy shit, not pull some P Diddy shit. But you know what I'm saying? Kid Cudi him up. You know what I'm saying?
You can keep the baby oil at home.
Send a message. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I was only kidding.
Allegedly.
I was kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot which button it was. It's been a while.
I know you did. I know you did.
Shit. Here we go
Look,
again.
you still off. You over 2.
No, I had it.
I was kidding. I was only kidding.
Right. This motherfucker pulled a Babe Ruth. He had to get 2 strikes just to fuck out of here.
You better go back and listen to the tape. I got it on the second one, thank you.
No, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to go back to that tape, sir.
Oh, man. All right, well, that was the pettiness that I wanted to talk about, just because I find it fucking hysterical that Drake is straight up called a pedophile in a Grammy Award-winning song.
I mean, you know, and that's why Drake's not concerned, because all of them are.
Right.
Not all of them. You know, I don't mean, you know, people who know what I mean know what I mean. But, like, everybody that's up there in that status that he's up in is dealing with some pretty nefarious shit. Like, that, they're like, oh, pedophile, is that all he's doing?
Well, and I think that that's what's interesting about the whole thing, is that
Nobody made a big deal out of it.
There is literally a #1 song and a Grammy Award-winning song about a dude being a pedophile who has not been investigated or charged.
You almost made me say some shit.
I mean, they got R. Kelly, didn't they?
You almost made me say some shit. I'm glad I didn't say that.
Well, now I
I know you won't get me. Not this one. You ain't gonna get this one out of me. See, usually I just blurt it out. I'm glad my filter kicked in right there.
Why you make a song about peeing on somebody? Why'd you make a song about peeing on somebody? Trip, trip, trip.
Be stupid.
Hate is gonna hate.
Shout out Uncle Dave.
Love is gonna love. I don't even want none of
the above. I want to
piss on you. Yes, I do. I pee on you. Yes, I will.
You stupid. Dave Chappelle is. What happened to his little? What's his name? Wasn't he supposed to be having a show out there?
I mean, he's had plenty. He has shows out there regularly. We got to find one to get over to.
Okay.
We'll look it up.
To make that happen.
Yeah. And shoot from the parking lot before we go in.
Right. On me. What you mean?
Maybe we can get him to jump in.
Listen,
he walk up and be like, "What you two doing in my parking lot?"
Listen, and the AI clip creator would still skip
right over Dave
and start the clip right after he's on it.
Oh man. Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. I'm with that ASAP.
Well, all right. Since we're talking about,
it has to be warmer, right? Because it's outside.
Yeah. It'll be over the summer. He usually does like 3 or 4 over the summer, if not more.
Too hot.
Well, you gotta make a choice, man. All right, but since we're talking about Dave, what is your top Dave Chappelle show skit? The Chappelle Show skit.
Oh, on the show.
Yeah. Or top 3. Can we come up with a top 5?
Yeah, it's going to have to be more because I don't know that I would get the... It's hard to remember.
You got to have...
Mad Real World's in there.
I was about to say Mad Real World and Making the Band both have to be in there. Who are the 5 best rappers of all time? Dylon, and Dylon.
On the Making the Band. It
was
all right, don't get me wrong.
You
but...
made my day. It's real Cambodian immigrant breast milk.
Probably I'll put both of them together. The Prince and the Rick James.
Oh, the True Hollywood Stories, Charlie Murphy's.
Yeah, I'll put both of them together because they are, the true Hollywoods.
Yeah, it's hard not to. And then he made us pancakes.
I like the
shoot the J. Shoot it.
I like the haters ball. I like that.
Haters ball. Hate.
The dice game was fire.
The dice game was good. Racial draft was good.
Yeah, it was all right. Reparations, that's classic.
That's true.
That's
rich,
classic.
bitch.
Yeah, that's just classic. It's really like you got
the white family. Like the 50s era white family.
You talking about the niggers?
I'm not going to say it, but yes.
Yeah.
You'll get the finest table one of us has ever gotten in this bar before. It hurts because it's so true. The racism is killing me. It's Clifton, our colored
Yeah, you would like that one. I'm trying to think. It's something I'm forgetting because there's a few of them that was.
World Series of Dice is up there. Black Bush is up there. Negro Damas is up there.
Yeah, rest in peace, Paul Mooney.
Right. Wayne Brady. The entire Wayne Brady. Right. The entire Wayne Brady skit.
He said, "Is Wayne Brady
You're gonna have to choke a bitch? You gonna make me get up out this car and choke a bitch? They cancel my show and shit goes crazy." Give me back my show, Wayne.
That was
Mooney.
Dave Chappelle, man, I will say this though. The older he gets, his comedy is depreciating. Like he's turning into George Carlin, who's also another legend.
Yep.
Rest in peace, George Carlin. But I feel like he's taking time to get a message across more than he is focused on, his set as a whole, which is cool. I'm here for that journey, part of your journey. I mean,
that's where he's at in his career, yeah.
But I just don't like that, Saturday Night Live inauguration monologues are the funniest things that you do all year long.
I mean, I felt like when we saw him, though, like that show was
I don't
funny.
even like politics.
I think when we saw him, though, I think his set was funny.
Yeah, on the New Year's.
Yeah, the whole thing,
all right.
whole thing about Chuck Berry.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I wasn't blown away, but it was funny.
But it was funny. It's nothing like
shoot the J. Shoot it.
You stupid. Now you just trying to flex that you remember the button.
I had to switch. I had to switch when we were on.
You're not slick, Kendrick.
Correction. I had sex with Kate. Gay.
That. Never mind.
Blouses.
Never mind. My filter's going today. Maybe I did wake up with enough time to,
to get it going. Damn
yeah, because my head's like, wait, before you speak.
Think about that one.
You got to, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you didn't have to think about it because it was just like one motherfucker listening, but now you never know what that AI gonna pick out. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't CAI. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not taking no chances. I'm not taking no fucking chances. And then how ChatGPT did me. We was beefing. That's a beef. Now that's true. Put that on the list.
Cliff versus ChatGPT.
That was a beef. We almost made diss tracks about each other.
Actually, maybe that's something we can do.
Nope.
Given the Do Fools Agree podcast, ChatGPT, write a diss track, a diss rap song about Cliff. Here is the transcripts from 204 shows. Write a diss track about
I'll just
Cliff.
use the They Not Like Us beat.
Brilliant.
Keep the hook in and everything. This be a whole bunch of humans dancing.
Oh, man.
What else? What else we got?
I don't know. That's all I got. I had the beefs, and, you were poo-pooing on my Elon Musk is the main bad guy from Wolfenstein.
I mean, you might be right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough about the situation to be like,
the Nazi robot. That's all you have to know.
That's all that was. I'm not against that, though. Shit, I've never trusted Elon's motherfucking ass. That's a fact, Jack. It ain't. I don't. Never mind. Let me stop. But I don't know. No, I don't know that you can. Like, just the name alone lets you know you can't trust them.
True.
That shit sounds like a bad cologne that came out in the 80s.
Elon Musk.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Yeah, I don't care for that fragrance.
Jasmine Crockett, another AOC level senator, was talking about the king.
You like all the cute senators, don't you? That's what it is. You like, ooh, she's fairly attractive, and she's in politics. That gets you going.
I'll give that to you for AOC, not for Jasmine Crockett.
You're a Nayland Palin kind of guy. I don't know who Jasmine Crockett is, to be honest. I just judged off of her name, which made me ignorant of me. But Mike's a Nayland Palin kind of guy.
But she was going off about we don't have kings and queens, and if this queen's going to go bitch to the king, then we need to step in, basically is what she said, implying that Trump and Elon are king and queen of the United States at this point.
Damn, even insults are getting a little too...
Dude, the stuff that... Do yourself... Well, just for entertainment, go look up Jasmine Crockett on TikTok and watch what comes up. Like, the way she ripped Marjorie Taylor Greene at a couple of points is
I think I
fucking
may
hilarious.
know who that is. I think I may know who that is.
The REITs chiming in with Elon Musk by Bod.
Right. You hear what I'm saying? They whistling in the background.
Like
you know,
Old Spice commercials. Look over there. I'm a man on a horse. Now I'm selling ads for Instacart.
Right. Okay, yeah, no. That's not who I thought that was.
No. All right, let's see. Oh, what started the whole thing just in general with, the beefs and not like us at the Super Bowl on top of winning a Grammy.
She's not ugly, though. Her eyes are
she's
offset.
not.
I ain't about to grill her on this show, but she got offset eyes. One's a little higher than the other.
Thinking about the Super Bowl, one quick thing, because I think it dropped after Hit the Showers, right? The MVP hadn't been announced when you guys had the show.
No. Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah.
Josh Allen is the MVP, so...
Congrats to my guy.
And, would I rather we win a Super Bowl? Yes, but do I think Josh has deserved it at least probably 2 out of the 6 years he's been in the league, or 7 years he's been in the league? I definitely agree with that. Then give it to him, just knowing that, he's in the conversation.
Right. Yeah, no, I always wanted Josh to get an MVP. I just thought, out of all the years, this one's a odd year to give it to him.
Well, and it was a weird situation too, right? Because Lamar was the AFC first team quarterback, right? But then Josh wins MVP. I think the difference is that, not saying that the Ravens would be fine without Lamar, but I think Derrick Henry did a lot for that team this year, and without Josh Allen, the Bills are a 2-8 or a 2.
Oh no, that's definitely agreed. But make no mistake about it, Derrick Henry doesn't do shit for the Ravens if Lamar's
not there. No, I agree.
No, he still gets his stats, but I'm saying they don't make it where they made it without Lamar. No, Lamar is the more important player of the two.
Yeah. But he had a bigger support. My point being, Lamar had a bigger supporting cast than Josh did.
Definitely.
And Josh being Josh is what opened Cook up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big part of the reason why Cook had the stats that he did, is because Josh Allen is Josh Allen.
Well, Josh focused a little bit more on passing this year than just taking off and trying to do that weak ass hurdle.
Well, and he did what he said. He addressed what everybody critiqued him with, which was the turnovers, and he was had the lowest amount of turnovers by any quarterback in the league this year. So I was happy for that.
I kind of think that's what bit you in the AFC Championship game.
I agree.
You need, at that point, I'd have been like, Josh,
we needed old Josh. I agree with that.
Sling that bitch. Don't worry about interceptions. Sling it.
Well, and he did. People just didn't come up with the catch.
Yeah, not always. Yeah.
Like
some of them he held back on.
The
but...
one to Kincaid at the end of the game that would have kept the game going. Like Kincaid could have been in the Legends of Buffalo stardom,
right,
with one catch,
right,
and he fucked up.
Damn it, Dalton!
Damn it, Dalton!
Damn it, Daniel!
Not to be confused with Dawson. I don't want to wait
for our lives to be over. I want to know right now. Would it be? That shit. You know, I know a little something about a creek.
All right, thinking Super Bowl. What are some memorable commercials of Super Bowls past?
The Doritos one, where the boy smacked the dude who was there to see his mom.
Yeah.
That one.
That one's
I'll never forget that one. I almost pissed when I seen that shit. And that one of John Witherspoon one that what is it? I ain't your daddy or something. What was the
I don't remember that one.
It was a John Witherspoon John. I can't remember what it was.
I think the ones that like stick in my mind the most, and it's not that they're my favorites, but they stuck in my mind throughout the years. The Budweiser,
the frog, yeah, just cut. That was dumb.
Or the weather.
We talked about that Budweiser, the frogs. They just tried to recreate the California raisins, but you wasn't about to beat the California raisins though. You know what I'm saying? You can bring the California raisins back out right now, and motherfuckers would be like,
they back.
Is that? They back. California raisins is back.
The Arnold one from last year for Allstate was good.
I don't know what that is.
That was the like a good neighbor. Neighbor.
No, I've never seen that.
That one was good. And then the most recent one that really just stays top of mind for me because it's a heartstring one is still the Budweiser Clydesdale and the puppy.
They go for that, man.
That one tears me up every time I see that commercial.
I don't understand when the genre changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
when it went from being funny to
comedy
being
right. Like
Apple
Apple
and Google are notorious for that, where they tug at the heartstrings.
Jesus has a commercial at least once a year.
That's
and
true.
Never mind. I'm not gonna get into the whole. You know what I'm saying? But
that money could be better served.
Yeshua.
Going to his people the way he would have wanted versus, $1 million or multi-million dollars on a
right.
ad.
You know what I'm saying? You making money off of Jesus.
Yeah. I'm always a big fan too of the trailers that drop during it.
What trailer? Like movie trailers and shit?
That'll be the one thing that I'm disappointed that I won't catch, and I'll have to catch them online after the fact. Although a lot of them have dropped, like the Superman trailer dropped.
This nigga boycott, he doing it's the Super Bowl rights movement for
Yep.
this motherfucker. This nigga gonna be picking the football.
I'm skipping the football. I told you,
New Orleans bus line and shit.
The Fantastic Four one dropped, and I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's another big one that's coming. But those are like the two big comic book ones that are dropping.
Two, you said Fantastic Four and what else?
Superman.
Oh, Superman.
They're rebooting Superman again, finally.
I think I saw that.
Oh, the Reeds chiming in also with the puppy and the horse.
That's because both of y'all is all old sentimental Clydesdale lovers.
Magic Fridge was another good one.
Magic Fridge.
Bud Light. Magic Fridge.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
Where Bud Light just kept appearing in the fridge, and it would
that sounds familiar.
Shoot it out at them. And
yeah, they've been slacking on the commercials.
They haven't been funny. They're not.
Listen, it's all Taylor Swift's fault.
I there's probably an argument to be made there. I'd
No,
like to
there
blame
is,
her.
really,
I'd like to
because-
blame her for a lot of the world's problems.
Because of her increase in they said that she brought in $331 million in revenue last year for the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Just being there.
For the women watching NFL now because she was a part of it, people buying Kelsey jerseys because she was with them, a whole bunch of other shit ended up where it was $331 million that she generated. Now the cost of a commercial has gone up almost.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
It is
almost
the most
50%.
It is the most expensive it's ever been.
You feel me?
I'm
now,
convinced less people than ever are going to watch this year. Because nobody cares about the Chiefs and the Eagles.
I'm watching, of course. I mean, we got to do the show after,
Right.
but I really want to see how they're going to find a way for the Chiefs to win. Because I truly do feel like the only way the Chiefs can beat the Eagles is if the refs assist them.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't made any improvements on defense. I don't care what you added, Xavier Worthy, all that. You still don't have Rashee Rice. Let's think about that as well.
Yeah.
But you didn't add any pieces like that on defense, while Philly added pieces on offense and defense that are crazy.
I mean,
Cooper DeJean and what's his name, Keon Mitchell, the cornerback alone, a rookie and a sophomore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is it Cooper's first year?
I don't remember.
I think it's his sophomore year. I might be wrong though. It might be his first year. But either way, you got two young bucks out there that are like focal points of your defense.
Yep.
Not to mention all the other pieces that you have. That defensive line is crazy. You got Reed Blankenship and what's the name back there at the safety. I really see it being an issue for the Chiefs moving the ball.
No, I agree with you. And, if it weren't for Eagles fans, I might be rooting for the Eagles. But I can't stand Eagles fans are the worst fans in the league.
I love Mouth to death, right? But
at least Cowboys fans know they're bad.
I love Mouth to death, but I equally wanted the Eagles to lose as much as I wanted the Chiefs to lose. So I had to think logically, like, which one more?
Yeah.
The Chiefs, for sure.
No doubt. No doubt. And if you twisted my arm and I had to pick, I'm going the Eagles as much as
you got to, man. I'm sick of the fucking babying. Like, don't baby nobody to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And let us hit them next year.
Right. Patrick Mahomes, the only quarterback that got to get protected out there.
Right. It's
That shit
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. Well, you got anything else? We went quite the gamut this year or today with the beefs to Dave Chappelle. To...
You got some politics out of me. I
did.
didn't understand a lot of it, but you got some politics out of me. I can't lie.
We'll see what the algorithm. We'll see what the AI chooses in terms of our.
It's gonna pick all the other conversations. All the breaks in action is what
the stuff between conversations.
Right, that's what they gonna pick.
Hey man, they're still clearing 300, 500 views on TikTok every time I post them.
Yeah, no, I mean, they getting eyes on. That's why I'm shutting up a little bit more,
right?
Because I don't know out of who been viewing who that is.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. And I've been seeing people I know comment. I'm like, okay, that means it's getting places.
Getting out there. It's. I will tell you.
Let me watch my mouth a little bit.
And it made me nervous. I had somebody at work say, "Hey, you popped up on my TikTok feed." Now, luckily, it was the sports show, and it was me, talking about the Bills. So. Like, I'll have that conversation with you in the office.
Right. Yeah, this podcast though.
But I do look at it from that lens when I'm selecting the clips to post too. So I hear you.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, you know me. I don't care for the most part.
Right.
I can censor myself in here every now and then I'll say something in the show that I'll feel the need to text you about and be like, don't
do that one.
Especially now that this is going on. Yeah, leave that out. But I know some things. I ain't gonna just be spurting off at the mouth. With great power, ultimate power comes ultimate responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So let me be responsible in this bitch for the first time.
All right, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Anything else? We good?
I mean, everything, like, all that jazz. Love everybody. Buckle up.
And if you want to check out the clips, they're out there on YouTube in the shorts, TikTok, Instagram. They may even be posting to X, but I'm not sure. Not that anybody's on X anymore. But handle is
that the thing? Is that a thing? Is nobody on X anymore?
I mean, it went downhill fast after Elon took it over. It's mostly just Elon
porn.
Bros and porn that are on there now, yeah. So there you go. Check us out at Foolproof Net, Instagram, TikTok, X, Foolproof Network on
Check
or
us
Foolproof
out on
Entertainment
TikTok
Network.
in between the QVC ads that they put up.
And then look forward to our QVC ads coming soon.
Hopefully.
Do us a favor, like,
Fingers
share,
and toes.
subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, do us a favor, give us a rate or
you want to give us?
Rate us on the podcast and drop comments, or do us a favor and go over to Spotify and subscribe there, because the more that we can kind of get this out there, especially now that we're starting to pick up a little bit of steam, we're just trying to build that community. And that's all I got.
And we ain't gonna sell you shit. I ain't no fucking snake oil salesman.
That's right.
If it don't work, I ain't promoting it.
No doubt. And with all that, peace out, fools.